6 p.m. and we're at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, and we are heading to Buenos Aires to announce 16.1, unbeknownst to the world. It's a unique way, an exciting way to get the international community involved in these announcements, because this is truly a global event with a global community that has thriving affiliates and community across the world. The open announcements have traditionally all been in the US, and that's one way, that's a small way, but it's one way of getting the international community involved and getting some excitement from them.
So are you still finishing up writing the workout on this 10-hour flight?
No. What I'm working on this 10-hour flight is getting some rest, actually, and the regionals. So the regionals are the open. I'm done with the open. All my train of thought for the past few weeks has been on the regionals. So it's 1 o'clock. We're here in Buenos Aires. We landed about an hour ago, and we're heading to our hotel. From there, we're going to get settled, and then we'll go visit a few boxes, and then go to our host box to rehearse and prep for tomorrow. And then tomorrow night here at 10 p.m., we'll announce 16.1 to the world via San Jose, California, where it'll be 5 p.m. and they'll be hosting the show. Every box we go into is jam-packed. That's handsome. I'm just kind of visualizing what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say it, and who's going to be around me. And your movement towards me and looking at the camera. I have to kind of just go through that over and over in my head. So right now I'm just visualizing, and it's a comfortable feeling to visualize in the actual environment you're going to be in. The big difference from now till tomorrow is there'll be a few more people than there is now. But it's good to start that process in an empty and controlled environment, and then gradually build it up. And even tomorrow, once all these people are on site, I'll come probably stand in the same spot, and with a lot of people, go through it in my mind. When I was in the Navy, doing the stuff I did there, all the routines, all the drills, all the tactics and stuff, even when I taught, when I was at a phase to where I was teaching other people how to do some of the stuff I had done, I always taught to visualize, to rehearse. You know, you get, in our job, especially in my previous life, you get limited reps or limited runs through any given scenario, but you have unlimited opportunities to rehearse and visualize and repeat those runs or reps in your mind. So I think that carries over well to other sports, other endeavors, business life. You have an opportunity always to rehearse what you need to do in your mind, so I like to take advantage of that. So I'll do this a couple dozen times prior to tomorrow.
So we should be able to get a clear signal back to San Jose, California for 16.1.
It seems like every year we've done these for the past X number of years. I've always gone for a little run prior to doing them, and that's what I'll do now. I'll run for about 15, 20 minutes, and I'll have music on, and I'll have the distractions of the gym, and I'll try to say it over and over multiple times in that scene, because if I can get it right there, I'll be able to get it right tonight in a really loud gym and a crowded place. But I usually prepare this a day or two out, because I need to see the gym, I need to get inspired by which direction I want to go with announcing the workout. It's funny because it seems like not a big deal, but I put a lot of time into thinking about what I'm going to say, you know, the pauses and everything like that, and where that's going to come. And so I'll just go over making sure I'm saying exactly what I want to say. 16.1 is, you guys have to wait. Pop real quick.
Go from NorCal to the
by. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Castro.
Good luck, and don't forget to come up for air.
Damn, Dave. Back at it again with the hard workouts.
Dan Bailey.
What Dan Bailey want to know?
I can't tell you. It's different. It's weird not being there for that, but it was a long day, long travel here, and then we're leaving tomorrow, big travel home. So, but I'm happy. Sometimes I finish these in not like there's something that I'm kind of not happy with. This time I can't identify anything yet.
How many affiliates?
The competition's not with
Wait,
me.
how many
The
days and how many affiliates? That's all I'm saying.
Boz.
And you still couldn't beat me in a burpee
Competition is with Boz, my friend.
and chest to bar pull-up workout?
Competition is with Boz. You gassed out because of this shit.
1 out of 5.
Fucking skull crusher.
Fantastic the whole time.
Like I'm gonna write something, talk.
Okay.
Write something, talk.
Okay.
Yeah, cut it, mount it, and then we'll play around if we're gonna take it off or not. We're gonna have the athletes right here. The garage doors can open, and then I can go into the announcement. But I need the room, I need the board. Do it off the board, and we'll give them a few more. They're gonna be warm, minus the like specific elements. I also don't want to I don't want to go down the road of giving them this shit ahead of time. Slippery slope. Slippery slope, my friend.
You got like the most trustworthy. If Dan told anybody to work out,
Now
he
we
would
can,
tell
you
children
know,
in Africa.
right now we
He would
tell
give it to
people,
the children in Africa. That's all he would do in the workout in
we
advance.
tell people, the athletes don't even know the workouts before you do. We can never say that again as a true statement. You know what I mean? We could never say the athletes don't know the workout before you do. We still can now.
We got that.
It's important.
They can take our lives, but they can never take that stage.
They can never take that statement. There's really not a lot of people who know the workouts, even amongst HQ. There's generally, 5 or 6, plus or minus a couple, that know what the workouts are. And they're the people who had to film it, or who had to be the demo person and edit the script and create it. So we want their reaction at that moment, because they're elite athletes, to be the same as everyone else around the world and not have had a slight advantage on time, knowing ahead of time. But the thing is, they are truly at a disadvantage. I mean, it kind of sucks to be those guys, because they don't have much time to put together a game plan for going at it. Some would argue maybe that's an advantage, because you just have to push and not think about it. And a few athletes even turn down doing these because of that. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. I think they're missing an opportunity, and they should take advantage of it. But I'll pick it up, and I'm gonna walk over the board. I'm gonna spend a lot of time here at the board.
Whatever equipment or odd object we can find.
Can't see someone gonna be here. Everyone's gonna be like, oh shit. Any questions? Lanes. I could clean 315. Like, you'd be seeing that shit every day.
You wouldn't even do anything.
It would be super cool. I'll be posting videos every day on Instagram. 315 power clean. I'll be posting
every day for like a week straight, 7 videos.
Boom. Here it is in my blue nanos. Boom. In my red nanos. Boom. In my white nanos. Okay, so I'm like 16.2 is little dab action. I don't get excited. I mean, I'm just thinking about doing everything I need to do right. It's not too much, I wouldn't call it exciting. Yeah, definitely nervous. This one's a little different because I actually thought this one would be much different because there's no crowd. I'm actually not that outgoing person, I'm kind of shy, but the truth of the matter is at the end of the day, I'm still speaking to a few 100,000 people on the other side of the lens. So I'm realizing and processing that,
What are the criteria for creating the open workout?
Well, first of all, the primary goal is to find the fittest athletes alive and to get the right athletes to the regionals, which then get the right athletes to the games. But when creating the open workouts, I don't create them in isolation. You have to look at the whole picture. You have to look at all 5 weeks. And so it's like creating a piece of art, but in total, when you put them all together, that's when something special is seen and comes out of it. So you really have to look at the entire 5 weeks, and in creating them, that's the most important thing I do, is I'm creating this one, week 1, but I'm also looking at what I want to do for week 5 and week 4 and week 3. So it's a continual flow of creation that's overlapping.
Okay. Where do you find inspiration for them?
Everywhere, and usually not in CrossFit. I take inspiration from music, from art, from reading, from the most obscure places, but it's usually non-CrossFit things that inspire me to make CrossFit workouts. And in making them, it's a unique process. It's, for me, I take it very serious, and it feels like making art. It feels like creating something, and the inspiration I take is from art. I go to theater, movies, even a lot of different places.
Good. And how do you personally keep fit and healthy? CrossFit
I do CrossFit.
only?
I do CrossFit.
Right.
I get, what's funny is people always ask me, do you CrossFit? And it's insulting when they ask me that.
No,
I know,
My
but
question is
I know.
not if you do CrossFit, I hope so.
Yes, I do CrossFit.
Only? Or?
CrossFit only, but I also sometimes will run. I like to run and actually some of my creative process for programming comes from running and from working out. When I run, I think about a lot of things, and then when I go back to my garage and do my workouts, I'll experiment with things that I want to program and formats. So the workout process, working out, doing CrossFit for me is definitely one of the parts also that goes into programming. My own personal CrossFit experience, yep. Tell them to turn around. No, hold on, Peter. Tell them to stop and just turn around. Tell everyone to turn around for 1 minute, not look. Tell me when they're all turned around. I got worried about, I gotta do something, and I'm wondering if I can do it. I know I can, but I just gotta do it. Are they turned around?
No.
Don't look! This is funny. Good. Good. I needed to do it before I did it. Thank you. Grazie. I'm gonna get up there and just fucking choke and fall off. I was like, people would love that if I went flying off the bar. It was bad enough that I was like, my voice was cracking, but I think that's more the sinus than being winded. Right. No one's gonna know that though. Probably the first time anyone's ever done bar muscle ups in Versace. You know what the secret is? It's pretty simple and people usually overlook it. It's not the games, it's not Reebok, it's not Rich Froning. Here's what it is. It's that the methodology and the program works. And it's that at the foundation of this, we have a fitness program that gets results and changes people's lives. And if that wasn't there, this foundational piece, nothing else would have fell into place. The games wouldn't have gone from 70 people, on a ranch to over 300,000 competing now. If the program was empty and didn't get results, there would have never been growth. The success, our success, is because the program works and it works so well. Grazie a tutti!
Real quick guys, we're gonna read through the show that we'll be rehearsing once today and 3 times tomorrow. Dave's gonna announce the workout. So it'll be from Dave into the movement standards package.
It's this cold.
I'm gonna put the fist out and I'm just gonna drop. And that's when it's over. It's a perfect spot. You can't, it's inviting. It actually is inviting me to throw it. I've done it in the past, but every time I do it, they're so angry because you're dropping, what is it, $200 piece? How much do you think this fucking thing costs? $150 max, $200? Well, since I'm gonna use the mic this time, I wanna practice on my left hand motions. And I need to just get ready. Like I'll do some right hand motions too. But I could do it with a marker, and I have done it with a marker, but why not rehearse with the real thing, right? Why not rehearse with what you have? And so it's part of preparation, preparing if you have the tools at hand with the tools you have.
Dave, why don't you have Snapchat?
Why am I not on Snapchat?
Yeah.
I don't know how to use it. It scares me.
These guys can teach you.
Are you on Snapchat?
I'm snapping you right now.
She's snapping me now? Look at cameras, snaps. Whenever we come to areas, or whenever I come to an area like this for an event, I really try to go out of my way and carve some time to visit the local affiliates, you know, talk to the owners, talk to the trainers, see if there's anything we can do for them, see how we can help support. It's important to me and it's important to the affiliates, so I enjoy doing it.
How are these guys going to do tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, the announcement of Home Workout 16.4, the director of the CrossFit Games, Dave Castro.
The previous tests have all had a unique look. 16.1 was a triplet with a long time domain. 16.4 is... It's hard to tell, but like I really think a lot about the sequence and how I'm going to say things and when I'm going to say things. You can put the time in the beginning, you can take the time at the end, you can put the reps in. Like there's so many different ways to play and to put all the individual components. So I think I reread it and say it just to think about like how best it comes off. The last thing I want to do is fuck it up. You know what I mean? And like ultimately people want to hear the workout, and I just all I have to do is deliver the workout and deliver it correctly. I think it's just the professionalism of having in this role. The last thing you want to do is do something and fuck up. You know what I mean? Like there's expectations of you. And you know, again, at the end of the day, what I'm doing is pretty fucking basic. You know what I mean? It's 1 minute. It's not rocket science, it's science. I'm just announcing a workout. So for me to fuck up the reps and stuff, it's kind of embarrassing, you know? It's simple, but I don't think of it as a simple thing. It's simple, but I don't treat it as a simple thing. It's simple to any layman or to anybody who watches it, but I take it very serious. And that goes to all aspects. Programming these workouts, programming at regionals, programming at the games. People just think it's just a workout, it's just this. But to me, it's way more than that. This is not a friendly competition. They're portraying it as a friendly competition, but the intensity between these two has been so high, it's almost ruined the trip for me. These guys are constantly bickering. Look at Roy. Let's take a look at Roy. They don't even want to talk to each other right now.
This was awesome. This was absolutely awesome. The team had a great time.
You know, all these guys talk about bro sessions and they go to the gym, but they don't have real bro sessions where you're doing shit out in nature.
Hey, I do that.
Nature, he does. But not in California. It's really cool because this is where the games started. And so, you know, home, it is home, my family's ranch. It's special, you know?
We've got 3 lanes, 2 dudes. What are we going to do for 16.5? I don't know, any ideas? Oh, snap.
Are you really doing this workout with him tomorrow night?
You are now?
I'm in. This isn't a workout though. This is Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat! We should have Lucky Luke play that when we walk out.
This is not, they take no fucking prisoners. It is going on, it is going down. These guys are done.
Hey, do we want to do this with those guys?
I didn't look outside. Did anybody show up? Let's go out. You guys can start warming up and just tell us what gear you want. There's just so many different emotions with this place. The CrossFit history, my family history, growing up here. You know, there's a lot of collisions of worlds. And you know, I left here when I was 18 to go be in the Navy. And when I was gone, a lot of things happened here. When I came back, that's when I found, or that's when we brought CrossFit here, and then a lot of things happened through that.
For the final announcement of the 2016 Open, ladies and gentlemen, the director of the CrossFit Games, Dave Castro.
Fundamentally, like this first workout 10 years ago in the CrossFit Games, the history of the CrossFit Games, I programmed. And the last 10 years later, there's been hundreds in between, I've programmed. And I am responsible for these events and for how this runs as the director of the CrossFit Games. And that's a heavy, that's a big thing. It's not small. This is a professional sport. It's a professional sport that's providing unique lifestyles to individuals who thrive, providing opportunities for companies who sell product to this sport. It's on ESPN. We have a major sponsor like Reebok. We have many other major sponsors, and it's a big thing. It's not a weekend hobby of mine. It's my life, and the way it looks, the way it presents, the way it's conducted, ultimately falls on my shoulders, and I take that seriously. And I don't, people will say it's just exercising, it doesn't matter. To you, maybe. To you, it's just exercising, it doesn't matter. To me and to hundreds, thousands of other people, it's much more than that. It's my life, and it's something I built, something I created from our ranch in Aromas to this point now where we're traveling around the world doing these shows, and there's 300,000 people competing in the Open. 100,000 are from overseas. Over 170 countries are represented in the Open this year, and yeah, all of that is it's something at the end of the day I hold myself responsible for. So it's important to me that as all aspects are perfect, and they might not be, but I strive to make them that way, and I try really hard for that.